welcome. We're back on the internet and we are ready to hop right into some Monster of the Week. We're running some Monster of the Week stuff just for your enjoyment because, well, it's mostly our enjoyment, but if you enjoy it too, that's great. We love that. So we're continuing the fourth arc, The Hard Times in Frisco Bay. This, of course, is coming, it's a brainchild of Michael Panish, and thank goodness we have, some great players coming in and out of here, and our staples that are here to make this whole thing come to life. So let's get right into it. Let's get into playing some Golden State Monsters. This is all to you, Mr. Michael Panish. It's all yours.
Well, thank you so much. I don't think I've ever had anything of mine be described as a mind child before.
You have now.
I think that's a new one, which I love it. I think like Michael's mind child, like that could be, I
Your
don't know, maybe that's the
memoirs.
next
That's your
maybe
memoirs. Michael's mind child.
yes.
Mind children.
Mind child, the Michael Panish story. Yes, I love it.
All right, all yours.
I was thinking it could be like the next series. I don't know. Mind child, mind children. There's something there for sure. All right, but we're doing Golden State Monsters. So, welcome to Golden State Monsters, the epic Western saga of frontier madness and mayhem in the bloody hearts of the California Gold Rush. This is episode 3 of our fourth arc, our last arc. After this, we have only 3 episodes left, a final arc before the entire series reaches its exciting conclusion. We'll get right into it because I know we left on a cliffhanger last time, and I'll do a little bit of a recap. But let's go ahead and meet our players. We're back to our core two. Uh, we're very happy to have them here. Very grateful. So please tell me how you are, or look, who you are, who you're playing. You can tell how you are if you want to. That's always good. And how your character is feeling as you get ready to infiltrate the Arcadian Club. Let's start with Time Tabletop mainstay. We are so grateful to have him here. It is Nick.
Hello, I'm Nick, and once again, I'm bringing back Levi Kessberg, the monstrous. At the moment, I think he's probably might be a little nervous since the plan is to have him be the face. He's not usually that kind of person, but with my recent level up, I no longer have a negative in that.
It's good to have no dump stats.
Well, it's still a dump
Though
stat.
I
It's
mean,
just not -1. It's now just 0.
a 0 is better than -1 for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we'll certainly see how that goes. Also joining us, another Time to Tabletop mainstay, stalwart. Super grateful, super excited to have her here. It is Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat, and I'm playing Madame Demonche, the spooky. Currently, she feels nothing. But that's typical. A lot of people would be very nervous right now about the fact that they're infiltrating a club that doesn't even allow women. Or about the fact that dark powers have asked her to ruin the future. But she feels nothing about it. As is her way. She's paranoid about failing, but that's about it. Which I suppose is feeling something, but barely.
That's something.
Well, it's because, she has a certain dark side tags, which are dark bargain, soulless, and paranoia. So the soullessness kind of keeps her calm, even though does think people are out to get her at all times. But that's just because they are out to get her at all times. She's paranoid about failing the dark powers, let's put it that way.
It makes total sense. And yeah, especially because, as you said, the dark powers gave Madame Demonche a final mission. If she completes this, she can leave their service and go into the service of Lilith, the mother of demons, a ancient female diabolical entity who seems like a better boss than the Dark Powers. And the Dark Powers, their final request is that Mammoth Demontis to put their energy into one of these portals, these time portals, so that they can what's the word? Plant their seed, corrupt maybe the future of California, as they've already kind of seeped into the present from a previous mission. Those portals are caused by Professor Gunther Bugelheimer, a mad scientist and former friend of you guys. You rescued him before in the mountains. Now he's been captured by an organization called the Arcadian Club, this elite gentlemen's club, secret society of powerful people, occultists, who meet together on a regular basis and do profane rituals as they network and control the future of California and perhaps the entire country. You tangled with them before through the representative of Sam Brannon, who used to be the most powerful man in the Arcadian Club in California. His wealth has fallen, his fame has fallen. He is now a shiftless drunk. He still has one of his goons, the Hound, and you sort of teamed up with him. You kind of teamed up with the Hound, who seems maybe didn't know how bad Brandon was, but I think he's figuring it out. We teamed up with them for some information and discovered one of these artifacts that's opening the portals out in the Farland Islands. Formal egg hunter by the name of Scrambled Sam was involved in that, and now you're out to figure out where sort of the main nexus point is. What's going to cause like the ultimate portal that could bring some real mayhem to San Francisco. To do that, you got to infiltrate the Arcadian Club, and that's where we're going to get back into the action. So, you guys are hitting up Nob Hill, the richest neighborhood in San Francisco, coming to this like humongous mansion, one of these like robber baron estates that have been popping up all over San Francisco because of that newfound wealth. It's this like, towering Victorian Gothic looking mansion built on the hill, overlooking the city, the mist all around. And you know that somewhere within that, like under it, inside of it somewhere, the Arcadian Club is meeting. I should say the young son of Gunther Bugelheimer, young Otto Bugelheimer, is with you because his father is there. So he's wondering, I guess, first of all, are you bringing this kid along or no? We should clarify that.
Do they allow children in this thing?
Question.
Yeah, probably not. But he does really want to go rescue his father.
I understand your desire to rescue your father, child, but we are infiltrating a place that is strictly for adults. You will be noticed. And
He's
then
like,
you will be
well, I
captured,
could be.
and your father will be captured.
Oh, it's possible, but I can be very stealthy. I must be quite sneaky. And I could be useful.
If this is something you desire to do, I have no qualms about child endangerment.
Oh, wonderful. Mr. Kessler, what do you think?
That's I don't know if your father would be too pleased if we put you in harm's way, but he doesn't really have much of a say. Usually be inclined to say no, but you kind of proven yourself in the past, but that was when you were real young.
So I'm even more trustworthy now. I do have some handy gadgets as well that I could bring along and use.
We should discuss how we plan to infiltrate anyway.
Good point. So, So you guys, if you want to, you could do manipulate someone to ask him to stay. It would require a roll. But if we're all for child endangerment, you can bring him along.
It's not the most ideal situation. We're more likely to get caught if he does come along.
That's sort of my
Okay.
opinion about it.
All right, Levi, if you want to manipulate someone, that is okay if you convince him.
Certainly try.
All right, let's see if we're doing child endangerment this episode.
Yeah. Oh, straight roll of 8.
Ooh, so an 8 total. Okay.
Yep.
They'll do it. Only do something for them right now to show them you mean it. Okay. Okay, I think he says, okay, well, I understand that you're right. They probably don't allow children in. It would make your lives more difficult. I'll stay here. I will find a good hiding place. And when I hear things getting intense, I will come in and help. He opens his coat. He has a bunch of steampunk style grenades and pistols and things that he brought with him. You see, I come prepared.
Hopefully those things actually work. You ever tested them?
My father's designs. I made some modifications, so
Have they been tested?
more or less trustworthy.
Well, I guess that's better than nothing.
All right, so
Yeah,
he'll wait outside, and you guys can approach the mansion. What's sort of your plan for? I know there was some. You guys do have a mask. I should say that Austin's character, Wilbur, I think his hunger has overtaken him so much that he's not able to accompany you. He has to go trying to find some curse to devour before his hunger gets the best of him. So he has wandered away into the mist. I do hope he'll return in one of our future episodes. So, but he did give you. I think before he leaves, he would give you the mask, this spiderweb mask that the goons of the Arcadian Club were wearing when you encountered them before in the Farallon Islands. So you have the mask. What's sort of your plan for infiltrating the place?
Do you wish to bring me in as some sort of oddity?
Seems like it's either that or we actually try and do some sneaking, but that's more trouble than it's worth. Might be a little difficult to.
Well, I just figured with these wings that I have right now, that maybe I would stand out a bit more. At which point the wings fall off and crumble to dust.
Oh no.
That's troublesome.
Perhaps that is not such a good plan. My head still comes off.
True.
I do not have magic to make me change gender.
Fair.
I can summon a demon from the elves, but changing gender is beyond me. Go figure.
I think that
I could try, but I don't know such a spell.
that ability, I think, is a little beyond most people.
There was a French diplomat
Okay.
who could do it. Never mind.
Well done. It's
Actually,
unfortunate that-
historically, I
Good
don't know if
history
that
note,
person
folks.
exists yet.
Oh, the Chevalier de Eon?
Yeah, I think that's earlier than this.
Yeah, they definitely existed. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was like pre-revolutionary France, so
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
yeah. And I should say lots of transgender people in the Gold Rush too. What was his name? The stagecoach driver you guys met. Charlie Parkhurst. Famous transgender Californian, born female, lived his life as a man. and was like a stagecoach driver out in Gold Rush, California. So was a character in this show. I mean, difficult, of course, to kind of put to classify individuals with by sort of modern standards, but I sort of see that as like an example of, or that's I guess has been seen. I'm not not an expert, I would say, but I think that has been seen as an example of like a transgender individual at this time period. So
regardless, I don't think
gotta point that out. Yep.
I don't know if she can use her magic to do that. It's not on the list.
Fair enough. Okay, so you're going as the head removing woman. Kesberg, are you putting on the mask, or are you just kind of going as yourself?
I feel like the mask would be more. What's the word? Easier to infiltrate that way.
Isn't the plan to say that you found me and are bringing me in for some sort of promotion or some nonsense?
Yeah, I think that could work. Maybe. Well, no, I'm probably bringing up partner in crime would probably go against what we're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'll see you guys like with this kind of plan in motion. You approach the door. You give like a knock. It opens up. Just like big, fancy marble foyer. Stairs leading everywhere. Some of them are like leading like down into kind of like a basement area. In this foyer, you see the dude who's being kind of the receptionist. He's like very like fancily dressed, like big double-breasted, or not, what am I saying? Double-breasted waistcoat, like fancy frock coat looking thing. He has a beard that's like in two prongs jutting out from his chin. There are a bunch of other guards for the Arcadian Club. These guys look less like members and more like, mercenaries, hired guns, the kind that you fought in the airship a little earlier. They all have the same sort of cobweb mask, this like spider web kind of ski mask looking thing that Kesberg is also wearing. This guy who's like the receptionist, he just kind of like a domino mask with cool spider designs on it. He heads over and he is like, what do you have there?
Well, seems that this woman is dead, but not dead. And he'll just like reach over and grab her head and pull it off.
Whoa!
You can do this. And puts it back on.
That is in fact a thing that can be done.
Whoa. Well, I am a collector of all sorts of things. Arts, antiquities, and oddities. So this intrigues me deeply. I don't know if you've been introduced. I'm Charles Crocker.
Oh, Mr. Crocker, I am David Burrell.
Ah. All right. So a roll of some kind is going to be needed here. I'm thinking charm person.
Sure.
Or manipulate someone. What am I saying? Charm person. That's a spell. And none in the other game.
Yeah. Uh-oh. That's a 5.
Okay, well, mark experience. Okay, so I'm gonna do something bad here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think here's what happens. As you are doing this, the door opens again. Someone else comes in. A familiar figure. It is the Hound. He walks over. Again, the Hound is this like were-dog mercenary who was serving Brannon, but he's changing sides. He walks right over to Crocker and he's like, well, looky here. Mr. Crocker, you know who these two are? Who they're working for? None other than our fallen brother, Samuel Brannon. Bet Brannon sent him to cause all kinds of problems, sneaking into the Arcadian Club.
have no idea what this man is talking about. Yeah.
Oh, I think you do, Levi Kesberg. And you got old Madame Demanche with you as well. Bet you figured you could just walk in here all fancy free. Well, I believe in the Arcadian Club. I care about them. And I don't want to see them tricked by the likes of you. Crocker starts like waving to his guards, all of whom are like drawing their weapons. These look like they are like more potent, powerful weapons than like average firearms. Like these are meant for bringing down occult creatures.
Mhm.
Crocker says, "Oh, thank you, Mr. Hound. Much appreciated. I'm still a collector. Mr. Kesberg, Madame Demanche, you two are intriguing specimens. If you would like to come with me, you wanted to get into the Arcadian Club? Well, I can arrange that. But if
Or
you
there's going to be a cost
try
to it.
anything, what's that? There's a cost? Yes, there is indeed a cost. You are trying to infiltrate us and spy on us. That incurs a cost. In fact, I would like to relieve you of your weaponry."
Sure.
The Hound's holding out his hand. So Kesper, so I guess you guys got a choice. You can either like get loud here and do a fight, or sort of surrender to them. It doesn't mean giving up your weapons, and you kind of got to like go with them into the Arcadian Club.
I mean, strictly speaking, I don't think either of us really need weapons.
Yeah, she'll hand over her big freaking knife.
Okay, Kesper,
The
you also
nasty looking
disarming?
sacrificial dagger that she carries.
Ooh. Crocker's like, "Oh, I love this. Look at this beautiful metalwork. Thank you."
It is designed to pierce
Mr.
the
Kesper.
heart.
Ah, fascinating. Mr. Kesberg, likewise.
I'll give him the revolver. I'm just gonna try this. I might see if I can pull a Gandalf and be like, "Now, I use this cane here for walking purposes. I don't suppose I could keep it with me."
Oh man. Okay. This is just my poor walking stick. All right. Gotta do manipulate someone.
Yeah. Oh, okay. 10 actually.
What did you get?
10. 6 and a 4.
Whoa. All right. Well, on that one, you succeeded on very well. Do you have the advanced move for that one?
I know.
Or I guess it wasn't a 12 plus, so it wouldn't really count.
No, there's no way that I can get a 12 unless I
Yeah.
had maxed out.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. So he's like, well, far be it from me from taking a walking stick from a crippled man. You may keep it. Now, let's go meet the club in your new accommodations. Mr. Hound, please. So they and like a bunch of their goons, who have like kind of their weapons aimed at you, head further into the mansion. You sort of take this like kind of stairwell further down, and then you enter an underground complex.
Can I have Madame
But
Demanche
there's like all
say...
sorts.
Oh, go ahead.
Mhm.
I was gonna ask if
Let's
Madame
have Madame
Demanche...
Demanche talk as they're
Yeah.
going down the stairs.
She'd like to say something to the Hound. I've noticed they don't treat you
Okay.
as an oddity. I suppose that's because you're utterly unexceptional in every way.
Oh, dang. What a burn. The Hound just looks at you and gives you like a low, like canine growl.
Or perhaps they don't know.
The Hound's like, difference between you and me is that I'm a good soldier. I've always done what I'm told.
You think I've not done what I'm told? Interesting.
Well, maybe you have, maybe you haven't, but look where you are, look where I am. You can see the difference.
As far as I can see, I only see a dead man.
Oh, dang. He just like growls and like walks back. So the stairs lead you down into this kind of vast complex of like different chambers. So there's some other hallways leading out. You know Professor Bugelheimer is somewhere in here. Crocker and the guards bring you into this sort of central atrium, this kind of like big meeting dining hall. There's a big feast going on. It's kind of got an Eyes Wide Shut vibe. There's lots of guests at the Arcadian Club. They're all wearing masks, but like these guys know who they know who each other are. So there's like a big feast, some like suckling boar, some roasted capon, all the good stuff. Lots of oysters and lots of eggs. Are all sprawled out in front of them, and they're like pigging out and enjoying it. There's kind of a big spider theme everywhere, like sort of some stained glass illuminated by electric lights of spider webs, spiders engraved on the wall. Big giant statue of a spider at the far end of this almost like a temple sort of chamber where they're the big feasting hall. There is also a big cage right next to the table where a strange animal is. It is kind of bipedal, simian, sort of, but it has kind of a bit of a longer neck. It has like very large, almost like sad eyes, and like large forearms that it kind of leans on a little bit with like extremely hefty claws. And it's got kind of a big, almost like otter type tail that it uses to balance. And sometimes it kind of goes to all fours, but a lot of times it like rears up and kind of grips the bars of its prison with its huge claws. As you guys come in, Crocker is like, Leland, look what I found. Some new things for my collection. At the head of the table, you see individual he would probably recognize, because at this part he's decently famous in California. He hasn't quite done his run for governor yet or started building the railroad, but he's already like one of the richest men in the state. This like kind of powerfully built, or not like muscular, but like big. Got a little bit of a paunch, broad shoulders, kind of like tight shovel beard, piercing eyes under his domino mask. Very fancy, like tuxedo type outfit. He's like, "Oh, Crocker, always collecting things. It's your obsession, isn't it? Well, I suppose some new creatures in the menagerie couldn't go amiss. They especially fit this new beastie that we've captured. Behold, the giant ground sloth, much faster and more powerful than its modern cousins. A beautiful beast, wouldn't you say? Who are you?"
Which one is he addressing?
He's asking you guys.
Okay. Madame de Manche.
And who is your friend?
This is Monsieur Casberg.
Ah, wonderful. I have heard about your exploits. Our former compatriot, Mr. Brannon, spoke most unkindly about you.
Ah, and now it is said that we are working for him. You see how the stories shift all the time.
Yeah. Funny how that happens.
That they do. So it's
Should-
not true then?
That we are working for him?
Or working with him?
Working with him to a certain extent, as long as he's useful, and the moment he's unuseful, I will not be working with him.
It's the story of business, the story of industry.
Indeed, and
We
I'm
do
an
what is
indus-
expedient. Oh,
Mhm.
sorry, go ahead.
Indeed, I'm an industrious woman.
I approve. We do what is expedient, and when it's not expedient, we do not do it.
Indeed. And I must tell you, I could be much more use for you than as an oddity. I have a great
Oh?
number of powers, and I've been wanting to meet you for quite a while, except This club has a no female policy. Hmm?
Oh, yes. Well, um, the Arcadian Club can be rather traditional in some ways, but sometimes it's best if men work undistracted by uh, feminine charms, shall we say.
Ah, yes. I understand. But perhaps I could do something for you. Hmm? Something to be loyal
Oh.
to you instead of to a man who has repeatedly betrayed me and tried to kill me.
That is, he's like, that is quite intriguing. You see the Hound being like, Mr. Stanford, don't you trust her? That one's a snake. And Crocker's like, I want her in my collection. Stanford's like, shut up, both of you. He says, you do arrive at a fortuitous time. Thanks to some of this technology that we've acquired recently, we'll be reshaping California in our own image. But there's no denying that a woman of your talents couldn't be useful. You speak of a demonstration. What did you have in mind exactly?
There are many things I could do. I could read your future. I could summon a creature not of this world.
Crocker's like, ooh, could I keep the creature not of this world?
Depending on how strong the magic is, it will either remain here
Ooh.
or fade away for after a little bit.
Stanford's like, Crocker, you absolute ass. Shut up. He's like, yes, I am intrigued. But you are gonna have to do a roll here to convince him.
Right.
Because he does have, the Hound being like, don't trust her.
Yeah,
So you're gonna have to do
presumably.
manipulate some. We're doing a lot of manipulating.
We're
That's
doing a
okay.
lot of
This is kind of,
manipulating
spy
summons
thing.
today.
So
Let's see. So I've got a 5 and a 4 on the dice, which is a 9. And as we established in the last session, a 9 and a 3 is 12. So
nice.
on a manipulate somebody, I do have the advanced move. They not only do they do what I want right now, but they become an ally of mine for the rest of the mystery.
Wow. Interesting. Well, he is evil.
Well, so is she.
That's true. But yeah, I think he will certainly follow along with you. I think he's a greedy guy. You're offering him power, so it's something he wants to do. So he's very much into that. He's like, he's like, yes, let's see this demonstration, but I do trust you, but I want to have a little bit of insurance here. He nods over to the Hound. If there's any time when if Madame Demont stops playing along with us, kill Mr. Kesberg. The Hound's like, my pleasure. He takes, again, one of those huge, like, Walker Colts, the big revolvers, and goes, like, right behind you.
Now, the question is, what do you want to see? A summoned creature? Do you want me to read your fortune instead? The fortune of a great man. But that could always just be a parlor trick.
Ooh, okay. Let's see, which would he... I mean, both of those are so cool. Okay, I'm going to do... I kind of want to leave it up to fate, because I think both of those are really cool. I'm going to do the classic Google dice roller here. All right. Evens, fortune, odds, creature. Odds, creature. Okay. He's like, show me a creature.
All right, well, you'll want a cage for me to put it inside of. I do not tend to summon safe things.
Understood. Crocker, get a cage in here quickly. Crocker shouts, the command to some of the guards. They roll in another cage and kind of put it next to the one with the giant ground sloth.
Right. She takes out her book and begins drawing symbols inside of the cage. I'm going to be summoning a creature of pure madness. This is why I say it will not be safe outside of the cage. Hopefully, it will not disbelieve the bars into no longer existing. We will see.
Whoa.
And as she finishes up the sigils, she is going to attempt to summon basically, a Lovecraftian horror into the cage.
Oh, amazing. All right, kind of making the Shoggoth, putting the Shoggoth show
putting
on.
the Shoggoth show.
All right, let's do it.
Well, one of the dice is still spinning around. I've got a 6 and a 3 on the dice. So that's a 9 so far, and then I get to add another 3 to that. So there we go. It's a 12 again.
12.
Yep, and so I did take the advance move
All right,
on
so
this,
you
so
make
there
this-
is an added benefit beyond what I'm trying to do.
Ooh, okay. Well, here's a benefit. I think is your goal. I mean, this is kind of like talking about what your overall goal is for this. Are you trying to like actually join Stanford? Are you trying to kind of wait for the right opportunity to like move against him? Or are you just trying to like, play along a little bit until you can hear more of his plan?
Well, basically, she's playing along enough to hear the plan, but she might consider joining him.
Okay.
So there
right,
is
so I was gonna
that
say, like-
possibility.
Ooh,
But on the
okay.
other hand, she is summoning a creature of pure madness, and she does believe that it will damage those people that do not have a strong mental constitution or fortitude.
Nice. Okay. Well, actually, I'll tell you this: the creature you summon, your magic is so good, and you rolled so high that it is able to, as you said, disbelieve the bars from existence. So when you decide this creature can leave the cage and start like causing mayhem around the room, but only when you decide it will.
Okay.
Is that like I think a good like
Yeah, that makes
bonus?
sense. Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, go ahead and describe. I mean, this is like the classic Lovecraft thing of like a monster appeared. It was indescribable.
Yes. I mean,
However,
it's
I will
describing
say,
the indescribable, so.
it described the indescribable. But I got Lovecraft does actually describe those indescribable monsters. Like we know what a lot of them look like. All right,
That's
he's okay. He can do that.
Yeah, this thing
So go ahead
has
and describe this thing.
an unusually large number of eyes and mouths in places that you don't necessarily expect them. It's vaguely humanoid, but only on the loosest sense of the word. It has what's people would mislabel as tentacles, but really more are octopus arms for the ends of its fingers, and there are also eyes all over that.
Whoa.
So- And there's that phobia about holes. Like its back
Oh
is
my
just
God.
dotted with very close holes,
Oh,
which
have
insects
this
swarm in and
phobia.
out. Okay, which
Oh,
insects swarm
God.
in and out of.
oh man, it's like those Suriname toads with the little baby toads in the. I hate them so much. Yeah, it looks,
Yeah.
That one's
looks like it's so horrible.
thalassophobia, I think.
That's fear of deep water, I think. Thalassophobia.
That thalassophobia.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
like tintrin.
Something.
It's like a tin I don't know, something with with a tin or a trin in there.
Well, sorry if I triggered
Um,
you, but yeah, it's got those.
That's okay. It is okay. I like being disturbed by certain things. So yeah.
Trypophobia.
Yeah, so this horrible monster, 'cause for me it's like a roller coaster. I know it's safe. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this horrible monster appears in this cage. It's like writhing around. A bunch of the Arcadian Club like bigwigs like freak out. I think a few just vomit like right there on the floor. Crocker's eyes go huge and he's like, my God, it's beautiful. Stanford looks at it and gives it like a very deep nod. And he's like, wondrous, such power. Please, Ma'am Demanche, I'm hereby amending the Arcadian Club rules. Women can now join our club. Oh, that's what it is. Trypophobia. Yes. Or I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Trypophobia, something
Probably
like
like trypophobia or something.
that.
Trypophobia.
Trypophobia. Yes. Yeah, I knew there was a trip or a trin in there somewhere.
Yeah.
He's like, I hereby amend the Arcadian Club rules. Women can join. You are now a full member. Please sit down
And
next
she
to me.
does she does have a seat next to him.
Wonderful. And if you can, tuck into some of this spread.
She takes a glass of wine, raises it up to him, drinks it, and all the wine comes spilling out of the bottom of her neck.
Ooh. He's like, what about your friend Kesberg? Is he trustworthy?
I would trust him with my life and have done.
Hounds, don't be so rude to our guests. The Hound is looking like he's still a little suspicious, but he does do what he's told. He holsters his gun and kind of gives you a push, and he's like, "Why don't you sit on down there, Kesberg?" So Stanford says, "Now, both of you, you may consider investing in my latest venture. I know you and that fool Brandon have been trying to get a hold of the portals, but they're under my control. I decide where they open, more or less. I've been sort of playing around with them, experimenting them. The gentleman who created them is a tiresome fellow, but he's coming around, and soon enough, I'm going to open a great deal of them, one of the largest portal that I can, to allow a vast number of prehistoric beasts into the city. They'll rampage around, do what they do, destroy some of the unsightly parts of the town, and then once property values have sufficiently decayed, I'll buy everything up for a song and rebuild the city in my image. And furthermore, those who are rendered homeless, unemployed by what happens, I'll give them new employment. I'm going to build a railroad, you see. You know what that is?
Oh yeah, I understand what a railroad is.
Oh, how charming. Yes, I'm going to build a magnificent railroad that will stretch across the entirety of the United States. Be able to transport soldiers, food, supplies, travelers, anything from one coast to another. And once that's done, and the vast distances that make the West what it is are gone, the West will simply disappear in a new age of peace, prosperity, and wonder will allow this country to flourish as it should, granting me, the owner of the railroad, a vast personal fortune, of course.
But you must not only be interested in the past through these portals, surely they can also reach into the future,
He thinks about it. He's like, it's possible. If the I don't really understand how the technology works, but the nexus point, the amount of machinery I've constructed to make the large portal, I suppose it could be fiddled with, changed so that it could allow entrance to the future.
Imagine what you could
but
do
I
with
don't.
the technology from that time.
Oh, that is intriguing. I might consider having a peek and seeing what it is, but I'd rather change the present so the future can be what I want it to be. Maybe after I've established my power, I'll take a look through and I'll see the future of this place. Maybe a magnificent location called Stanford. So it will bear my name. And all around it will live people who make their lives based on industry, technology, and power. Oh, what a wonderful utopia that would be.
Indeed. A valley of industry.
Yes, I love it. Would you care for, tell me, Madame Demange, would you care for some iced cream?
I'm afraid it would just slide out through the bottom of my neck.
Oh, fair enough. What about you, Kesberg? An iced cream. Would you like
Unfortunately,
some?
my diet is a little more niche.
he does like a super loud, like uh uncomfortable, like rude laugh at that, and he's like, more niche, and like slaps the table and makes a bunch of like silverware dance around. And he like kind of elbows you, Madam Watch. Like, you hear what he said? He's got a
Isn't-
niche diet, that man.
He does have a niche diet. I've seen it.
Hilarious.
Hilarious indeed.
Well, I'm gonna have some ice cream. So if you want some, please ask. I might give you some.
It does sound like a
Um,
novelty. I would at least like to taste it in my mouth.
That can be arranged. And he like claps his hands, and a bunch of ice cream is delivered by the servants. And he starts like gobbling it down. He's like, mmm, delicious.
It's remarkably cold.
Yeah. So he goes on kind of like feasting and chatting it up, and like the cigars and brandy are going around. I think so. You do know he's gonna make a big old portal somewhere and like do a lot of damage to a big part of the city that he doesn't like. You're not totally sure where it is, and also you don't quite know where Bugelheimer is. He's somewhere. You do know he's somewhere like in this kind of underground complex, though.
May I make a request? I know that I'm a very new member, but I would like to meet this
Stanford's
genius.
like, oh, absolutely. What would you like?
I would like to meet this genius who's been making these portals.
He pounds another thing of brandy, and he's like, oh, really? He's a tiresome, fussy little man. You want to meet him?
It wouldn't hurt. I mean, how long do you plan to keep him alive for?
Oh, fair enough. I mean, as long as he's useful. That sounds rather crass. He'll come around and want to be a full employee of the club any day now. But if you want to meet him, that can be arranged. He like shouts to some of the guards. I think you rolled high enough that Stanford will kind of do what you want for the rest of the game until you actually actively move against him. So he calls to two of the guards, and they come back with Professor Gunther Bugelheimer, this kind of crazy-haired mad scientist-looking guy, rumpled white coat and apron, goggles, bunch of like burn marks on his clothing, on his cheeks. He looks like he's been held prisoner, like probably fed like starvation rations. He looks kind of weak and beaten down. Two like beefy Arcadian club guards are like kind of dragging him by the arms and holding him up, and they kind of like shove him onto the marble spider mosaic floor of this place. He like tumbles to the ground. He looks up, and he does recognize you because you guys saved his life in the Sierra Nevada. Looks like he's kind of like about to call your name, but you can like maybe signal him not to. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, I think Levi would sort of try and do like a subtle sort of shaking of the head and
Okay. I don't think you need to roll for that because it's a quick gesture to like keep his mouth shut, and he does like you guys, so he'll do it. Yeah. So he looks at you, but then doesn't let on that he knows you. Stanford, still brandy glass held like this, the stem's coming through his fingers. The most pretentious way to hold a glass, in my opinion.
Certainly.
Yeah, I just imagine that's how your fancy rich folks are holding glasses. He walks over to Bugelheimer, and he's like, yes, there he is, my little genius. Professor, tell Madame Demonch and Mr. Kesper the destruction your invention will wreak. And Bugelheimer's like, I am done helping you. You're a monster, and when you unleash it, what you've built is going to kill countless innocent people. And Stanford is like, well, such is the price we pay. And in the future, when they see the marvelous wealth of this Golden State and the power of transportation that makes this country prosperous and flourish, I guarantee you nobody will care. So, you see, Madame de Monchi has been gifted with a magnificent brain, but he lacks the acumen to use it.
Oh, perhaps if I speak with him. She stands up from the table.
Ooh, goody goody. Yeah, he lets you approach him.
Okay. She's going to look him dead in the eyes and say, I know where your son is. You should do what this man asks.
Ooh, his eyes light up at that. And he does nod. He's like, okay, I'll make sure it works. When? Stanford takes out his, fancy diamond encrusted waistcoat watch and is like, I would say just a few hours from now. Dawn, shall we say. And I've already told you the place where it's going to be. I'll have my men escort you and get you into position. But you're sort of there just in case. Everything should run automatically, like clockwork. That's how you designed it, yes? Bugleheimer's like, he gives just a silent nod. And Stanford's like, splendid. I'll make sure some men are on hand, that everything goes well. And in case any trouble, especially if those Southerners, the Knights of the Golden Circle, show up to cause more mayhem. Though I hear a lot of them met their demise in the docks. Their ship was sunk, and apparently a saber-toothed tiger was eating a bunch of them. Madame de Monch, Mr. Kesper, you happen to hear about that?
I participated in that.
Quite the spectacle.
Wonderful. Look at that. You were destroying my enemies, knocking out my opponents, and you didn't even know it.
I had my hunches.
Yes. Well, their leader, William Walker, he's a hard man to kill. He's still out there. So in case he comes back and tries to steal some of this technology, maybe you could go and assist.
Perhaps.
All right, very good. I'll send the Hound as well, just in case. The more the merrier, yes?
I do not trust him.
You don't trust the Hound?
No, he's betrayed me thrice. Why should I trust this man?
The Hound just like growls at you, and he's like, you double-dealing witch.
Who's the double dealer, man? Sir.
Oh, dang.
You are a triple dealer, my good sir.
He's like, I'm a single dealer. I've dealt singly with, damn it. Stanford, I mean, just again, going by that good role, he's like, Madame de Monch, if you don't want the Hound to accompany you, he will not. Mr. Hound, you can stay here. And then he takes a plate that of a bunch of chicken and delicious squab and quail, but just like the crumbs and the scraps are left. He just puts his hand on it, smashes it to the ground. You can stay here and lick up these scraps, you dog. Go on, lick them up. And the Hound has to get on his hands and knees and walk over and start eating them with his mouth out of the ground.
Such a good dog.
Yeah, Stanford's like, oh, look at that, Madame de Monch. He's like a dog. Does that please you?
Indeed. And the cruelest smile that anybody's ever seen creeps out over her face.
Oh, dang. All right. Stanford is like, well, not too long until the sun rises. Go ahead and get into position. I will watch from afar.
Would you mind,
I wish you luck.
If I,
What's that?
May I say a couple other things to this inventor first?
Certainly.
She leans down and whispers to him. You have ways of making things fail, I am certain.
he gives a little nod. He's like, but it might take time. I can reverse it, but it might take time.
I want to see the future, and then your son will be safe.
Ooh, okay. All right, this will require another manipulate someone.
All right, let's do it. All right, I've got a 5 and a 1 for a 6. I get to add 3, so that is a 9. So not
okay.
a total success there.
Not total success. All right, so we'll do it, but you got to like offer something. He's like, protect. He's like, save lives until I can figure out some way to stop it, and then I'll give you the future, whatever you want. I just don't want my creations to be used to hurt people.
By the way, could we have had this conversation in German so that if
yeah,
somebody was to overhear, they can't understand?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Her German's a little, but I'm sure she's picked it up here and there.
Oh yeah, and he's a native speaker, of course, so he's able to piece it together. Your meaning. All right, so Stanford's kind of sending you guys out. Is there anything else you guys want to do in the Arcadian Club before you dispatch to the new location where this big portal is going to open?
Does Stanford leave the room with us, or does he stay behind in this, pleasure dome?
I think he's going to stay behind a little bit and then like kind of rejoin you when the action's going on.
Okay.
But he wants to kind of watch from afar, like he doesn't want to be right in the middle of things.
All right. As she walks out of the room, she thinks to herself, "The bars aren't real, though."
Oh dang! All right. So as you guys head up, you just hear like horrified screams as this monster bursts into the hall and starts like freaking out and attacking everybody. The giant ground sloth also is like screaming and like smashing at the bars. I hope this giant ground sloth makes it out okay. But I think a lot of the arcade people are going to like horribly die. But that is okay. So, and we'll see if Stanford made it out. I mean, spoiler history alert. He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of the sloth, could I have, on my way out, broken the lock?
Oh, very cool. Okay, you definitely could. I think it's going to be a roll though.
Sure. Yeah.
I think it could be maybe act under pressure, but if you have another idea, I'm open for that too.
I mean, for the actual like breaking of the lock, it's probably something akin to like the where is it? One of those other alternate ones. The no limits, the sort of pushing my physical body past its limits.
Oh, sure. Okay. Let's do that one. No limits.
Well, it wasn't the best, but I think with my weird, it brings it to an 8.
Okay,
So,
you do it, but choose one consequence.
Suffer one harm or take -1 forward. Oh, or I need to rest right now.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
I will. I think the effort just sort of like pops a couple of joints where the way they shouldn't. So I will take 1 harm, and this will sort of be harm that isn't what's the word? Mitigated, yeah.
Okay, so you're at -1 harm. And yeah, as you guys leave, you like kind of look around and you see like the sloth just uses its huge claws to smash open the cave or the cage door. He and this eldritch abomination start like laying waste to the people inside. Um, all these like weird secret society industrialist types are like, no, the sloth loose, and the sloth just like rips its claw down, shreds a guy. The horrible monster, the many-eyed abomination is like grabbing people, devouring them. You see the hound like, or you hear the hound like roaring, and then yeah, after that the door like slams shut. Um, you're in the main foyer. There are still, so you were sent. There's like gonna be like 3 Arcadian Club guards who seem like some of them want to like 2 of them want to like go back down and see what's going on, and then maybe one of them still wants to go and complete the mission. Bugleheimer's also with you, but nobody else is, and you're alone in the foyer. What do you want to do?
There is a mission to attend to. She looks at the guards around.
He's like, well, sure, but it sounds like all hell's breaking loose downstairs.
Oh, then perhaps you should go check that out instead. The Horns have a dilemma.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, I'm not the kind to disobey orders. He's like, so I think he will, like, he looks at the other 2 guards and he's like, all right, you guys, you go do the job. I know, look, Mr. Stanford gets real upset if we don't obey orders, but I got to go and see what's going on downstairs. You guys take the professor over to Chinatown and make sure everything goes off without a hitch, okay? Okay. And he starts heading down the stairs.
He's going to die down there. Anyway, let us continue.
What was that? Oh, no, sorry, you said something?
Nah, forget it. It was nothing.
Oh, right, of course. He heads down. This guy will die down there. You are correct. You can decide if like the weird Lovecraft monster kills him, or if he is maybe what's even more better is being killed by a sloth.
Either way,
Yeah, it's good. It's a good death either way.
I like to think that some people are left behind, but they're just driven to total madness and have to go to the asylum.
Yeah, I love that. So the rest of you guys are heading out through like the streets. It's still kind of the pre-dawn. Things are kind of gray, foggy. And you're making your way towards Chinatown. So there's only like 2 of these Arcadian goons left. They are armed with some, fancy like kind of high-tech anti-magic creature weapons, and Bugleheimer is with you. The younger Bugleheimer, Otto, who was like, hiding in some shrubbery. He probably fell asleep during this time because he is a kid. But I think he wakes up and he sees you guys heading there and starts like creeping after you. So you definitely noticed him like trying to sneak up. What do you guys do?
Well, first off, I'd like to reset my hand and using Unquenchable Vitality. See if I can heal that.
Okay.
7. That's cool. Yeah, just enough. So, yeah, basically I just sort of snap the joints back into place.
Oh, nice. All right, you're feeling a little bit better now.
One thing I've not accounted for is Minwee, who is probably somewhat nearby.
Yeah, I imagine he's hanging around. I think, did you leave the rest of your kind of entourage outside when you went to infiltrate?
Well, right now, Roberto's guarding the carriage. The bear is on stage being famous, and that just leaves Minwee. So.
All right. So you could have Minwee do something. You got to get rid of these 2 guards, or just kind of let him hang out until the time is right.
I could easily take out one, if not both of them.
Okay. Do you want to do that here, like outside in the street, or do you want to wait till you get to Chinatown?
Like we should wait a little bit.
We should probably wait. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so there's a little bit more walking.
Otto is following you. Professor Bugelheimer, he's still kind of in a messed up state, so he's not really focusing on this. I think as you kind of near the border of Chinatown, they sort of like pause, they stop walking. Um, one of the goons is like, "All right, Professor, you know where to go. Lead on." Bugelheimer like looks back and looks at you guys and gives like uh, kind of like a low nod, and then he starts going across the street towards this like large temple, kind of in the center of the Chinatown area. Right now, the streets like just about dawn. People are starting to wake up. You do get the feeling that you've been noticed. So, in fact, the guards are kind of like they're all following the professor. They're kind of like looking around, eyeballing the locals, definitely expecting trouble.
So, we're accompanying the Bugelheimer to where we're going, but we're expecting to get jumped. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's sort of why you're there, to provide like extra security
Got it.
and to make sure he does what he's supposed to.
Yeah.
All right, so
She's
in
just
fact,
keeping an
I'm gonna
eye
say
out.
the jumping happens like right about now. You guys kind of reach this alley. There's next to this like classical looking Buddhist temple. There's sort of like some like scaffolding that leads up to the rooftop of this, and kind of like on top, sort of hidden, pulled back a little bit, you see this like weird steampunk looking array starting to shine in the sun. There's like some more of those weird pie plate kind of satellite dishes, like a control panel looking thing, some of those lightning rods jutting up. But as you guys start doing this, an ambush occurs. I think one of the goons just like turns around, starts going for his gun, sees like one of these Chinese like Tong members kind of standing in the way. He like starts to draw this like Tong guy, this sort of tough looking urban gangster who's kind of wearing a mix of like Western, Eastern style clothes, pulls like a hatchet and just or a throwing axe, maybe not a full on hatchet, like a small throwing axe type thing, hurls it, strikes this guy in the chest, knocks him down. The other Arcadian club guy like spins into action, but there are more of these Tong soldiers who are sort of moving into the alley. Some of them do have firearms. A lot have like kind of like short fighting knives or even swords. What do you guys do?
I think at this time I actually, yeah, I think I'd draw the cane sword and actually stab the Arcadian guy as he's distracted.
Oh, nice. Okay. Go ahead and roll to kick some ass.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11. Okay, you can do one more here. Which one are you going for? With a 10 plus.
That's not the right page. Where is the page? Where is it? Where's the page? Gosh darn it. Nope, not that page either. So many pages. I'll gain the advantage.
Ooh, okay. advantage. Ooh, so take +1 or give +4 to their hunter. I mean, I think this is a human being, and he has a cane sword driven through his back.
Sure.
So, but the +1 could be for other stuff because even as he like gags out and breathes his last,
Yeah.
these like Tong soldiers have kind of formed up in the mouth of the alley. They do pause because it was like, oh, one of them just killed the other ones. They're looking a little bit confused. Then there's maybe like 10 or so 10 Tong guys there. They part, and a woman walks through who is apparently their leader. And she has young Otto Bugelheimer with her, who's looking uh, very like freaked out, nervous, but still kind of defiant. Um, and he looks very excited to see his father. But as he like kind of tries to run over this woman, like kind of grabs the back of his coat and is like, "Hold on." Um, she's a very like good-looking, kind of like middle-aged Chinese woman. Uh, One of her goons, like even though it's not that sunny, is like holding parasol up so that she's more for like power and display than anything else. She kind of like folds her like fancy lace glove hands, and she's like, so this is an interesting riddle. What are you doing in my part of the city?
Trying to save your part of the city from utter destruction. Which I should thank you for helping us with, as that you made it much easier to take out these goons than I expected.
She's like, well, you're welcome. People in masks with guns coming into my part of town. I don't like that. I don't approve. My name is Atoy. I'm a enterprising businesswoman. I mean, I'll just call it what it is. It's a brothel.
That's fine. I work
But a
in a
very-
brothel.
Oh, wonderful. We should talk after this.
We should talk after.
I'm always
this.
looking. Yes, yeah, I'm always looking for more talent. My place, high class, only the best.
Sounds like my kind of place.
Oh, excellent. You can see she's like kind of bonding over this sort of thing. Atoy says, all right, anyway, I'm going to require more explanation. You're saying Chinatown's in peril?
Oh, this gentleman here has been forcibly recruited to use some devices that will cause a great deal of destruction in this part of the city. All part of what I'm sure will not be a surprise for you, the schemes of a rich white industrialist.
Atoy lets out like a long sigh, and she's like, I'm certainly not surprised. Professor Bugelheimer's like, oh, could you release my son, please? And Atoy's like, yes, I would never put a child's life at risk. Go ahead, go to your father. Otto runs over and like embraces his dad, and Otto's like, Papa, you've got to stop this immediately. You can't let like I know they kidnapped you, they hurt you. You've got to stop this. Bugelheimer's like, I will try my best, my boy. Perhaps you can help me. If we can go over there to the array, we may be able to stop it from working or to reverse it. But even as he's doing it, up on top of the roof, it does start to like glow and shift and change, and the portal's opening again. This time, there is a humongo portal that's like right in the middle of this kind of cluttered central street of Chinatown. This portal is like really big. Like it's like, I mean, the other ones were, I don't know, carriage sized to let some pretty large animals through. This one is like the size of like a 2 or 3 story building, and it stretches out across the entire street. You hear trumpeting, animal noises, stomping feet, and then you see a herd of mammoths, like full on Colombian mammoths. There's like, a good 10 of these big animals charging their way through. These are like big old Colombian mammoths, not as shaggy and fuzzy as the woolly ones we all know and love, but they're like bigger, and they have like huge full sets of tusks stretching out, big powerful legs, and they just start like running in. They're freaking out. They're like smashing things. It is going crazy. And there is actually, maybe there is maybe a secondary portal as well, but maybe I'll save that one for later. Atoy freaks out and she's like, they're sending a bunch of elephants into our town. Professor, go up there and stop it immediately. Bugleheimer hurries up and he's like, it will take time. He scrambles his way up and starts to work on the control panels. But these mammoths are just like freaking out. They're stampeding. They're like smashing houses. You see like a boarding house of like a bunch of these, families who are kind of like stuck inside or like screaming and yelling as the bulk of the mammoths are like smashing the sides of their house. It is chaos. What do you guys do?
She's going to crush up some chalk in her hand, blow it onto the nearest mammoth, and attempt to communicate with it.
Ooh, okay. Talking with the mammoth.
So we're using some magic here. So let's see if it works, first of all.
Okay, and then Levi, we'll check in with what you're doing here.
All right, I've got a 4
Time
and
to
another
talk
4.
with the mammoth.
I've got a 4 and another 4 on the dice. I get to add 3. That's an 11. So it's not super awesome extra effective, but it does what she wants it to do. She can communicate with the mammoths.
Okay, so you can now speak mammoth, which maybe you're going like, you don't want to do that, but
Yeah.
I think that's a funny image. Yeah, you see like, I would say like I'm seeing mammoth herds kind of work like elephant herds. So there is like one big matriarch who's like,
yeah, that's who she's trying to talk to.
Okay, so you kind of focus on like looks like the biggest mammoth that's sort of the matriarch of this herd. What do you say?
Your herd is in no danger here, but you must calm down.
Ooh, okay. She is like, no danger. What is this place? Where'd the planes go?
It is a place that you should not be, but is the portal still open right now?
It is closing up. Yeah, it is closed.
It is already all the way closed?
Mm-hmm. It could be reversed. That's what Bugleheimer's kind of working on.
For the time being, you are a little ways away from your home, but if you just wait, soon enough there will be a portal back to where you go, and you can return to the plains and be happy. As long as you do not panic right now.
Ooh, all right. I like you're trying to calm down the mammoth. I think we gotta manipulate someone on the mammoth.
Sure.
Manipulate the mammoth.
I'm manipulating the mammoth. I've got a 4 and a 3 for a 7. I add 3, so that's a 10.
Okay. Yeah, you get through to the matriarch mammoth. She like lets out a big trumpet like over the panicked calls of the other mammoths, the cows, the calves. And yeah, she is like kind of like bellowing, moving in front of them, like flapping her ears back and forth, and sort of stomping her feet, letting them know like, hey, stop, calm it down, we're not in danger. And yeah, the mammoths do like kind of like pause and stop smashing things. Atoy is like kind of like staring in amazement at you, and she's like, you talk to these creatures?
I can talk to them for a limited period of time. As long as a portal opens up fairly soon, they will stay calm. And as long as your people don't do anything rash.
She says, I'll tell my people that. And she starts like kind of shouting out orders of nobody to like, don't mess with these mammoths. The mammoths kind of like bunch up and form, sort of a cluster with the calves in the middle. Kind of awkward because they're in like narrow quarters, but they're managing it okay. Kesberg, you see up above, Professor Gunther and Otto are like working hard to reverse the portal. They're like moving around, flipping switches, doing science stuff. but you start to realize that you, or let me ask you, where have you positioned yourself while this is going on?
I think with the situation sort of relatively calmed, I probably would have headed up with them to sort of be security, for lack of a better term, just in
Oh,
case.
nice. Good idea. Ooh, okay. So I think while you were up there, maybe you're kind of looking around, keeping an eye on things.
Mhm.
I think you see sort of in the alley behind this temple, there are some more people moving in. You kind of look down and you see that it is what's left of the Knights of the Golden Circle. So William Walker, this again, kind of like Southern. I was going to say extremist, but I mean he is an accurate he's an accurate representative of like the secessionist like Southern mindset. Um, so maybe like would be secessionist, but he's like a filibuster mercenary, tried to overthrow Nicaragua and take it over as part of the scheme to make like a Southern empire. Um, Him and a bunch of his soldiers. There's maybe like only like 3 left, but they all have some kooky steampunk weaponry they've stolen from Bugelheimer. They've been like kind of raiding his setups around the city. You see them like creeping in. He looks like a big like grappling hook kind of thing. They're trying to be stealthy, but I think your senses are able to pinpoint them and spot them as they're creeping up on the back. What do you do?
I think so. It's him and 2 others, or is it 3 others?
It's like kind of him, maybe like 2 others, like a small squad of these guys.
Okay. I would like to sort of maneuver myself so that, and since they're sort of like in a lower position, I want to sort of drop down and sort of essentially take out from above the 2 like other people and just be like, "No, I wouldn't do what you were planning."
Oh, awesome. Okay, some death from above.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll, kick some ass.
Okay, won't go entirely to plan, but it'll work. I think it's an 8. So.
Okay.
All together?
It's with.
There's a 3 and a 2 on the dice.
Oh man, oof. All right. You inflict harm on each other. So, what weapon are you using? I guess you're unarmed. Your teeth.
I think for that, I'm just gonna say it's sort of like, like my unarmed, which I've sort of marked as claws, but I don't actually have claws, so I'd just sort of take it as sort of like anything that isn't my teeth, basically bare hands.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you drop on these guys. How much harm is that?
3.
Ooh, okay. I mean, these are just like kind of standard soldiers. They are armed with some steampunk weapons. I think let's see. I think you're going to take 2 harm. You kill one of them, but the other ones are going to like attack you. So you're going to take 2 harm in return. How do you kill one of them?
I think I'd literally just sort of drop down, like as I am dropping down, I just sort of grab their head and just smash it to the ground.
Oh, brutal. Yeah, you just like slam his head into the concrete. You hear his skull crunch. Just like wetness seeps out of him. He is gone. The other ones like freak out. I think one of them just like draw his pistol and start aiming at you. Walker goes like right for the kill. He takes this saber that is like electrified and calls out like, "The demon that sunk our flagship has returned. Be not afraid, men of the South." And he, I mean, there's only one left, but he's still giving his like weird, vainglorious speech, and he just like hacks it like right into your shoulder, and then it cuts deep, and you feel like electricity kind of jolting through you instead of stunning you. as he's like kind of cutting down. All right, Madame Demange,
Mm.
you kind of can hear this chaos happening, but there is another portal flashing further up the street. This one is adorably small, and it releases a herd of pygmy mammoths, which are like little mammoths that are kind of like the size of horses. They're from like the Channel Islands outside of LA. So, but they're still also kind of freaking out as they're unceremoniously dropped into this modern city.
All right. Provided that being able to speak mammoth also applies to them, she's going to go over and talk to them as well.
Oh man, well, I have to ask some mammoth. Like, if you speak, because we know elephants are really intelligent and kind of have their own way of communicating. But like, and I know like like different whale pods have their own languages.
Yeah, so they probably have
So
their own
different
language.
elephant herds have their own languages. Let's just say that it counts. Okay, they are a separate
Okay.
species, but it counts. So
I'm pretty sure they can use like ultrasonics to communicate long distances. If I remember
I think
correctly.
so.
Yeah.
So you see the matriarch of the pygmy mammoths. These guys are also kind of like they're doing some like adorable damage. Like one of them like smashes into like a fruit cart. One of them like bumps into a like a food stand. Just like
My
sends
cabbages.
different. Yeah, yeah. You got my cabbages. The little elephant like runs through him. He's like, "Oh, my cabbages." What do you do to calm these guys down?
All right, I understand you're in a strange place and time and you're panicking. Just rest, relax, and soon enough I will have you home. Okay?
All right. The pygmy ant matriarch is like, "What's going on? What happened to the grass? What happened to the beach?"
You've stumbled into an unusual field, but I assure you, you will be fine. Wait just a little.
Unusual field.
Oy.
All right.
That's
This is the voice I've chosen for pygmy mammoths. I'm sorry. I apologize to myself. All right, you got to roll manipulate someone for these guys.
It's a sort of concrete canyon. Wait.
A what?
It is a stone. A valley of
okay.
stone. Well, there's a terrible roll. So, on one of the very rare occasions that I get to mark experience, I said I rolled a 2 and a 1 on the dice. And I get to add 3, so that brings me up to a 6. So
Okay.
I actually did fail to manipulate somebody.
I think here's the hard move. The matriarch like sort of starts to listen to you, but then as she's getting closer, she like steps on one of the food carts that fell over and like splorts on some like bananas and fruit, which kind of splashes up into her face, freaking her out. She goes into a run and she crashes into you. So you are actually going to take 1 harm as she like rams into you and lifts you up, and you are sort of being carried in the front of this little mammoth as it's charging down the street.
She does negate the 1 harm because she's immortal, but she is not in a great position being carried off down the street by a mammoth.
Definitely. And you still have the knights, and then you think also, I mean, things aren't going the way the Arcadian Club wants. You did a lot of damage to them, but they still might be out there trying to like make things go their way. Kesberg and Madame Demange, you're up above, Bugleheimer being like, "Just a few more moments, I've almost reversed it. Everything okay down there?"
I think if the head of the knights is sort of still doing his speech, I would just like to grab his neck and just sort of lift him up.
Ooh, okay. So yeah, William Walker, he's hacking at you. You're gonna try and lift him up.
Basically, I want to grab him with one hand, lift him up, and try and maybe, if I can, snap his neck.
Oh, all right. Definitely kick some ass, in my opinion.
Yep. Okay. 4 and 4, 8, 11.
Brutal. Okay. Which one are you picking from that list?
Where did it go?
Isn't there one where you could do extra harm?
Yes, there is. Inflict terrible harm.
Oh, amazing. Okay. I think
it would
he is
be
going to do another. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, that's fine. So I think if this is sort of like my hand to hand, it would be 4 harm total.
Yeah. All right. I think this will take him out. I think you are going to take 2 harm though,
Okay.
as
So, one of which is negated by my immortality.
his sword is still kind of like jabbing down and cutting into you. Yeah.
Mhm.
How do you kill William Walker?
So yeah, I think in the middle of his speech, I just sort of like grab him by the neck, lift him up, and just like, "You talk too much," and just snap his neck with a quick twist of my hand, then grab the sword
Oh,
and pull
awesome.
it out of myself, and sort of point it
Oh,
at the rest of them,
brutal.
just be like,
Yeah.
"You got anything else to say?"
Dang. Yeah. William Walker's like broken neck corpse just collapses onto the ground. I mean, he actually did die in Nicaragua, so he's also a historical
Hey.
figure. So it's good that he is now dead here as well. Um, I will say, check out the movie. Alex Cox of Repo Man fame made a movie about him that's pretty good. Um, yeah, so William Walker dead on the ground, and now you have this like cool glowing electric sword. Uh, I think the last surviving knight who was going for his revolver just like takes one look at you and then turns away and runs. Okay. But then Kesberg, as you kind of look up at this, as like you kind of breathing in after this battle, you do hear the hum of an airship. And looking up, you can see like a shadow. Like the sun is up now. You can see another one of these Arcadian Club airships. This one is looking like a bit bigger, bit nastier, floating its way in over the top of the city. Now, Demonch, you probably get like a glimpse of this too as you're kind of going on a ride thanks to this pygmy mammoth.
Mm.
What do you do?
All right, she's gonna try to do something beyond human limitations.
Okay.
And this is going to be a use magic, obviously. So she's going to try to get off of this pygmy elephant. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if she can just normally do that, or like,
Ooh,
you
all
know,
right.
you know. So she's gonna try to get like extra strength to like get off of the elephant and like hold it still. If that makes sense.
Okay. Oh yeah, to kind of like sort of wrestle it so it's not running everywhere.
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
On use magic. All right, I've got a 4 on the die, and I got another 4 on the die, so that's 8, and I get to add 3, so that's 11.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Yeah, how do you kind of like sort of I don't know, like how do you rodeo this mammoth to like calm it down and stop it?
And basically, like, she twists herself back off of the mammoth, and all of a sudden, like, she just gets these, like, it's not like she gets really huge muscles, it's more like these black power surges around her arms to strengthen her. And she holds the mammoth still.
Ooh, nice.
I do not want to hurt you, but I cannot keep having you run.
I think with this, you're able to provide enough of an immovable force, the mammoth sort of like stops running and starts to like calm down a little bit. The pygmy mammoth matriarch is like, okay, okay.
I have to deal with this ship now. You don't know what a ship is. That is a word you will not understand. There's a bad
Got that
bird.
right.
There's a bad bird
Bad
up.
bird.
I must
Okay.
deal with. Just stay calm. And she's going to start running towards the roof.
Okay. You're dashing back towards the roof. Kesberg, what are you doing as the ship is coming in? It's like kind of descending. You see, you don't see Stanford on it. He's probably like kind of further back watching things, but he's definitely like, that like if this is flying, he's the one who sent it. But you do see the Hound, who is now like very heavily armed and looking like pretty pissed off. Um, this airship has like a bunch of like cannons kind of mounted on the deck that are aimed down. And they're like aiming at you can see them like kind of aiming at the mammoths, aiming at the dimensional anomaly creating device. Uh, just to like, destroy everything, cause chaos, make the mammoths freak out, to do more damage. So what do you do?
Um, I think I kind of just so the Hound is sort of on the ship. Is that like where exactly is he on the ship?
He's kind of like right at the front, like he's on the prow. He's like holding on to the one of the lines. He's got like a big cavalry saber on his belt. Looks like a heavy, like double barreled kind of shotgun thing, and a big pistol on his hip as well.
I think I just want to sort of take the sword that I just procured for myself and yeah, I just want to chuck it at the ship, see if I can either hit the Hound, or if I don't hit him, at least maybe untether one of the cannons.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Maybe
Uh,
untethering the cannon would be better at this point.
Okay. Well, maybe if you roll high enough, it could be both. Would this be an act under pressure or kick some ass? What are you feeling?
I mean, I would love it to be a kick some ass.
I think it's kick some ass because you're hurting the airship. So
Sure.
we're fighting an airship. All right, go ahead.
Oh no,
What happens?
that's a snake eyes.
Oh,
Oh my god. Okay,
You
well I think
get
even with the snake
experience.
eyes, sometimes
Yeah,
you have to mark experience.
I'm actually going to
All the
use luck.
ooh.
Make it a 12.
Ooh, good idea. Okay, so you spend a luck point. They are precious, but you can spend them. This might be a good time to do it.
Yeah.
And do you have the advanced kick some ass moves? You would
I
get the advanced
do.
if you have it. All right,
do.
so you have to pick something from the 12 plus
So,
list, that enhanced
With the
effects.
12 plus,
There's a really good one in there.
the attack drives the enemy away and around. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm not entirely sure how. I might need some help with the how, but I think I want to have the attack drive the enemies away in a route.
Ooh, okay. I think what happens is you hurl the sword so well, it like smashes into one of the cannons, and the sparks hit the gunpowder that are like, that would be loaded into the cannon, causing an explosion.
Hmm.
And the explosion like tears a chunk out of the ship, which like sinks it. So I don't know if it's completely. I mean, the ship is routed.
Mhm.
I think the soldiers and the Hound are not routed, but the ship is gone. The ship
Yeah.
capsizes, like smashes out of the sky, scrapes the roof of the temple, and then like slams into the street. The pygmy mammoths are still freaking out a little bit at it, but they're not doing too much damage. The Colombian mammoths, you rolled high enough, they're able to, like the matriarch was able to keep them calm, but they are still getting scared. All this noise and explosions. A lot of the Arcadian Club goons are killed. In the crash, the ones that aren't come like charging out, and Atoy like shouts a command, and the Tong soldiers start fighting them. So there's like a crazy battle. Revolvers, rifles flashing across the street, swords and hatchets are slamming into bodies. But the Hound emerges from this wreck looking pretty unscathed and very pissed off. So he like bursts into the street roaring up, and he just shouts out like, "Casperg!" Madame Demange, it is your turn.
Okay. Well, she's trying to make her way up to the array, as you know.
Ooh, okay. I don't think you need to roll to just like it's like a little ladder or some scaffolding. Yeah, you make it up to the top. Bugleheimer's like, I'm just about ready.
Is there any way my magic could make it go faster?
He's like, magic is unpredictable, but you're welcome to try.
All right. She's going to try to channel her own magic into the device to boot to make it, speed up the process, as you will.
Okay.
I do not know specifically what underused magic that would be. To be honest, it's not
Ooh,
really
take a
one
look
of
at
the
the list
listed
here.
one.
I mean, maybe do one thing that is beyond human limitations.
Sure.
Or I guess also technically banish a spirit
True.
or curse. Or I guess, I don't know. Yeah, that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
But
No.
Weird curse
like-
from person object. Or
Helping,
yeah.
like she could use that banishment magic to help open up the portal faster. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because-
that's true. 'Cause it's kind of
It-
removing the
Yeah.
spirits of these mammoths their own time.
Okay, let's try.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got a 5 and a 1 for a 6. I get to add 3, so that is a 9. So it works imperfectly. I get to choose an effect, and there's going to also be a glitch. You get to decide the glitch. The effect is obviously to make the machine go faster.
Okay. I think the glitch is that the portals will open, but it's going to be a short duration. So you got to find some way to like get the mammoths to go into it during this short time.
Okay.
But yeah, you see like a portal, for the Pygmy mammoths opens, a portal for the Colombian mammoths opens, and you also see like, kind of the magic of the dark powers is doing what it wants. Another portal to like another place in time, to the future, perhaps, is crackling over, like kind of somewhere in the back of the roof. So that one will stay open for a while because the dark powers very much want that one open, so you can do
Do the
put them
horrible thing.
into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
She doesn't really understand how to put them into it, though, does she?
Yeah, but they'll handle that.
Okay.
All right. You just got to kind of will it, and they'll make it happen.
Okay.
All right. Kessberg,
Mhm.
you are fighting, or no? What was? Okay, you just like hurled your sword, took out the airship. There's this like crazy battle going on in the middle of the street. The hound's in the middle of it. You see like mammoths off to the side, trumpeting. What do you do?
If it seems like the mammoths are doing what they should be and going back to where they are, then I will sort of leave them to that. If not, I will see what I can do about that first.
Okay. Well, you could try and like lead the mammoths, get the mammoths to go into the portal.
Yeah, I think if it's not happening naturally, that would probably be sort of
Yeah, I think it would require. It's going to require some kind of roll to make him go
Sure.
in.
yeah. Yeah, I could roll something about that. Maybe. Like I can maybe see an act under pressure to sort of, or perhaps it would be my own manipulate, just to sort of like.
I think I can see. I will kind of let you choose. Maybe like describe what are you doing? Are you like kind of going behind the mammoths and being like, "Go on, get along, little doggies," or
I think I am sort of. Since I can't really think of much else, I'm sort of like acting as a sort of human herding dog.
okay.
Somewhat keeping a distance, but sort of like as the dogs do, sort of like moving myself, and if they're sort of like so that the mammoths are sort of moving where they need to go.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll act under pressure for this one, I
Okay.
think.
Sure. That is actually the better roll for me. Okay. 5 and 4 on the dice, and my cool is a +2, so 11.
Nice. Okay, yeah. I think with that, you're able to get the mammoths back home.
Cool.
You kind of like go behind them, sort of, urging them on. The matriarchs are smart enough to realize, like, to get your message, and they kind of like gallop their way into the portals. So you see the mammoths on both sides of the street charging through, going back to their own times and going home. And the portals kind of like crackle close behind them. But then, Kesper, you hear the roar of the hound, who is very unhappy at how things have worked out. He unloads his shotgun at you, I think, to start with. So you're going to take 2 harm.
Okay.
Or no, I'll say 3 harm. This is a gnarly, big, like double-barreled super shotgun.
Okay.
So yeah, does 3 harm to you and just like blasts you down, and then he like charges in to try and finish you off. Okay, Madame Demanche.
Yeah.
You are on the roof. You're seeing this going on. What do you do?
She's gonna go towards the portal.
Okay. You approach it. You start hearing the dark powers like whispering in your ear. And then, yeah, these like kind of black tendrils, kind of dripping, leave your face, coming out of like your mouth and your nose, sort of course their way across, go into this portal. You see flashes of like, weird futuristic places in California. Looks like the landscape's similar, but like big cities are everywhere. You see like horseless carriages, technology you don't quite understand, and the darkness of the dark powers like kind of seeps through that portal, which then whispers shut behind you, or behind it. And yeah, you feel you like no longer hear their voice. You feel free.
All right. And then she's going to turn her attention towards what's happening to Kesberg and the Hound. But I understand that probably used up her turn, so.
Ooh, well, actually, I mean, there wasn't any rolls. So I'll let you do one thing that requires a roll.
Okay. Like, how much of an upper hand does the Hound have at the moment?
I think he shotgun Kesper, which has like knocked him down, and now he's like charging in to finish the job. He has his sword in one hand, his pistol in the other.
All right, she's going to try to jinx it so that he hits a loose cobblestone with his foot and goes tumbling over.
Ooh, okay. Go ahead and roll for the jinx.
Okay. Well, I got a 6 on one die, and I got a 6 on the other die.
Hell yeah.
So
12.
So that is
man.
a 12. I don't get anything 12, and then I get to add 3, so 15. This isn't using magic
Holy cow.
technically, so this is just a jinx. So I just get to hold 2.
Okay.
But I'm interfering with what a monster minion or bystander is trying to do. That's the trip. The second thing is I'm going to give Kesberg a +1 forward because I interfered with the enemy.
Nice. Okay.
She goes
I
like,
mean, I think
"It's
with this-
up-" She says, "It's up to you, Levi," and then she falls over, like just collapses to
Whoa.
the ground.
Ooh. Okay, I think with like a roll that high, I mean, you said trip on a loose cobblestone. I think we gotta take it up a notch. I think he trips. Okay, maybe I want him to like drop one of his weapons, and the weapon ends up hurting him. So would it be? I'll let you decide: the sword or the gun.
Let's do the sword. Because I think
okay,
it's
so
funny.
he's charging over. Yeah, he like trips on a loose cobblestone, drops the sword, falls down, bounces. As he beefs it, his own sword like kind of spins up, and like just impales him like straight through the gut. He's still alive because he's a were-dog. He's got a little extra juice than a normal human would, but like he's hurt badly, and his sword is now inside of him. He like kind of stumbles up, gasping, looks at his sword stuck through him, and just like roars. And he spins over towards you, Kesberg, and starts kind of like
much weaker closing the distance, and being like, "This is your witch's doing, ain't it? You don't got her around no more, huh? Looks like she done collapsed, ran out of juice. So, Kesberg, it's you and me."
As I needed others. And this is technically it's going to require 2 rolls because I would like to heal myself and also attack him.
Ooh, okay. I think you got to attack him first, and there's not enough time to heal in the middle of this fight.
Okay.
You gotta buy yourself some time to heal, because he is gonna be like on you.
Yeah. I don't know if I could do like the unquenchable vitality and as well as the so.
Okay. Well, let's do the attack first and see what
Sure.
happens.
God,
What happened?
another snake eyes.
Dang. Dice jam.
I don't remember if these were the same ones that I used last time.
Oh man. Mm-hmm.
I think I might have to use another luck.
Okay. If you gotta do it, you gotta do it. Spend that luck.
Yeah.
How many do you have left?
This would be my 3rd.
Okay. All right. If you think it's worth it, go for it. That makes
Yeah.
it a 12 plus.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would say this is a good use of the luck. Which one do you want to pick from the advanced list?
You're burning through some luck today.
Yeah, that's fine. This is only, like I said, it's only my 3rd luck. I'm not.
Yeah, fair.
I've been very what's the word? I haven't used luck very often. But I think all hunters involved. Oh wait. Well, okay. Yeah, the +1 forward that I already have wouldn't have helped that roll. I guess I'll just try and take him out in one blow and inflict double the damage.
Double the damage. Okay. How much damage is that normally?
I'm going straight for the teeth, so it's normally a 5. So it would be
So
a
it's
10.
10 damage?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you kill him. I'll let you describe it. How do you kill the hound as he's like trying to kind of pounce on you?
Yeah. I think he sort of gets on top of me. I sort of grab the sword and in the process grab his neck and jam the sword upwards as I sort of take a bite of him and sort of.
Oh man. So he is impaled, and also just his like throat, chest, sternum area ripped open by your teeth.
Yeah.
You are just like the whole front half of you is just red. As his body he makes a final guttural growl and collapses dead onto the cobblestone.
Yeah. I sort of pull him off of me and sort of like as I'm getting up, I'm just like, who said I ever needed her help?
Dang. By now, all the other Arcadian Club goons have been killed by the Tong soldiers. The Mammoth's safely back, and Chinatown is saved. Somewhere, Madame Demanche, somewhere you hear Stanford being like, "Shit, fuck, damn, hellfire," and just like feebly swearing. Somewhere in that
Speaking of
darkness, though.
hell- Oh, go ahead.
What's that? Yeah. Somewhere in that darkness, you were contacted by Lilith, who says like, "I've kept my word, my daughter. Welcome back." And she like brings you back into consciousness.
The ribbon has fallen off from around her neck and her head remains on.
Whoa.
And as she like
All right.
breathes,
So
as she breathes in air, which she hasn't done in a very long time, she looks over and sees that her Necronomicon is being consumed by black flame.
oh, I love it.
So with these cool character moments, we're kind of like drawing this arc to a close. Let's do the closing session stuff, and then I'll drop a hint of where the next one will be, so you can kind of start imagining how your characters will be in our future final 3 episodes. So let's talk about the end of session. Did we conclude the current mystery?
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah,
Did we save someone from certain death?
Yeah,
Probably,
quite
yeah.
a good number of people, actually.
Oh, definitely. The people who are being attacked by the mammoths, the professor. Yes. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
kind of.
Ooh. I think you learned the Arcadian Club's kind of like scheme. You kind of got to look at their inner workings.
True.
So I would say so. Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Probably.
I mean, I think one of the hunters is like kind of a big transformation. So yeah, I would say so.
Mhm.
All right. So you get 3 or 4 Mark II. Everybody gets Mark II experience.
Okay, I leveled up
Woo.
Oh,
and then have one
All right.
spill over.
nice. So in our last moments, we're gonna flash forward. We're not another year, but a whole bunch of years. And we're also changing places. We are now, the year is 1916. America has not yet entered World War I. The whole world has ragtime fever. Trying to think of other fun things. And in beautiful Hollywood, California, the motion pictures are the talk of the town. Yes, these new moving pictures, as they're called, are a new all-American art form that has the whole nation abuzz. And of course, one of the first genres that they're doing as soon as they start doing pictures is westerns. We're having a look at one of these westerns, and one of these studios, Maxima Pictures, as trying to create a western movie. I mean, it's a silent movie. They have sound is still a little bit of ways, but like they're still your likes of Buster Keaton and so on are still packing them into the Nickelodeons from coast to coast. So movies are still definitely a big thing. And this motion picture is having all kinds of problems of a supernatural nature. So we see some some big shot cigar company producer being like, get me someone who knows weird stuff and can put a stop to this. And the call's going out to some people who can help save the movie. A movie entitled Golden State Monsters. So we come back in a few weeks. We'll be in Southern California, which I couldn't do something set in California, not have the entire other half of the state. You got if you're doing NorCal, you got to do SoCal.
Sure.
So we'll be in beautiful Los Angeles, in glamorous and glitzy silent era Hollywood, for the end of, the real end of the West, and the way the West is now, which is in movies, in westerns. And that will be our final arc of Golden State Monsters. So in a few weeks, we'll return with that, and I'm quite excited to see what you guys are thinking for the characters or the transformations you want to do.
Interesting. That's gonna be an interesting fast forward. That's cool. I'm in. I'm down. I'm ready. Yeah, Golden State Monsters. That's kind of, yeah. I want to see what happens with their putting it all into this tight loop. That's wild. The one statement that I thought was the most funniest thing, and it's not a character or even gameplay. You chose a voice, Michael. You chose a voice. And
For the Pygmy Mammoths?
my favorite statement of this whole, I've been watching this, producing and stuff. My favorite statement was that, yep, this is the voice I've chosen. I apologize to myself.
Because now
Hey, I'm glad. I don't know. Maybe Pygmouth Mammoth Matriarch is going to somehow be a returning character, and I got to do that voice all the time.
Oh, it was just like, yep, I made a choice. I'm gonna stick with it. That was great, leaning in. Thanks for that. That made me laugh. So yeah, we're gonna take next week off. We might, we're gonna get right back into it once we can get this final arc purged from Michael's brain and on to live stream. Yeah, that's what happens around here. Thanks, guys. But do check out the Monster of the Week system. It's a really cool, interesting system that rewards failures in a sense, which is kind of nice in the realm of RPGs. So check it out. We'll be back in a couple weeks. But until we come back, you got to make sure and pull up a chair and make time to tabletop.
Time to tabletop.
We will see you all very soon.